Hello, this is Squirrel990, and welcome to my Let's Play Bioshock 2. So, Bioshock 2 is obviously the sequel to Bioshock 1, and it's a very cool game, and I will enjoy Let's Playing this game as we get along. One thing I need to describe to you before is that I have Let's Played it before, not on this channel, but I have on my old one. But hopefully this experience would probably be better and maybe more watchable. So let's take a look at the single player. And let's start a new game. And let's say medium. Look, I want a challenge. You know, games can't be too easy, but not too challenging. I want to beat the game, so it's really a shame that I wasn't able to do that before with the previous Let's Play, but let's take a look and look at the first cutscene of the game.
Look, Daddy, it's you. Let's go out to play, Daddy. More angels, Daddy. This way.
Get behind him! Come with us, little girl. You want some, big guy?
There we are. He's perfectly safe now. This is not your daughter. Do you understand? Her name is Eleanor, and she is mine. Now, kneel, please. Remove your helmet. Now, take the pistol. Place it against your head. Fire.
Can you hear me? You're
Alright, we're back. So that was an interesting cutscene, wasn't it? one thing about this game compared to the previous, of course, you are a big daddy. In the previous game, you were, you know, a human being that crashed, landed in the middle of the, you know, ocean or whatever. Found a city underwater, and started exploring and find out that it wasn't all that it was crapped up to be. Anyway, so interesting in that cutscene that you saw how the city used to look like back in the late 1950s. And it used to look pretty nice, actually, and, you know, they had people civilized in a way, somewhat, at that point in the game, because already at the 1958, it showed right there that people already using plasmids and starting to get a little crazy. So, yeah, that little tidbit there. And, of course, now it's like, oh, it's 10 years later. So it's about, like, 1958. 1968, actually. So, yeah, I'll talk about quite a bit of time then. I want to check a few things over this way first. Make sure we're not missing anything. Because it was a little while before I played this last, so I don't remember everything where everything is located. One interesting thing, this is where you die, find the Vita Chamber. Come right back to life after you die. There you go. So let's go this way. And the only way to get through this is to destroy the coral. Let's see, anything under here? No. Crouch C. Okay. Oh, there we go. One thing about Big Daddies is that the little things called little sisters. Oh. And that is not one of them, actually. Believe it or not, that's not a little sister. Another thing is these things over here. These tape recorders are kind of audio logs, they call them. So you kind of use them, pick them up. Diary stuff.
I need this. Do you hear me?
You pick those up, and if you get enough of those, you get maybe achievements or something. But they're kind of interesting. They give backstory to the game, and they give you some information about certain things. It's interesting. It's nice that games like these actually do that. Is there anything in here? Like you'd expect that there'd be something in the middle of the water, hidden in the water somewhere, but I don't see anything. So, okay, so we go over here, you turn this thing on. Nice. You should be able to turn it on. I guess I'll be a little bit later. We'll get back to that a little bit. Over here, this is a key code, so I'll unlock a door. This door over here. So, since it's right there, I guess it gives you a little pad on the side showing the number. So it's 1 5 4 0. Ta-da! Hello. Searching a corpse. Ooh. Money. And there's another audio log diary. So you press L and I'll listen to it.
My husband is such a perfect idiot. Throws away all his spending money on gene tonics to affect a look of physical fitness. So he'll have an excuse to sit on his rear all day listening to radio serials. Steven, I tell him, you want to be fit? Come swim laps with me, the old-fashioned way. It's your mind that's atrophying. Maybe I'll start sneaking some brain boost into his daily regimen.
So if you haven't played the original game or you haven't seen anything about the original game, wait a sec. We kill this guy. There we go. That was satisfying. The original game, the original enemy of the game was called Andrew Ryan. He was the guy who built the city from the ground up. Yeah, this is his masterpiece. And yeah, I wish this guy would stop talking. If I go take this, the Electro Bolt, then maybe I'll shut up. I'll explain a little bit after this.
Daddy was sleeping for such a long time, and Eleanor has missed you. Find her and you'll be all better.
Alright, let's stay for a little bit. Okay. So, the premise behind Bioshock is that there's something called plasmids. But I'll get that in a little bit. The thing is that the whole premise of this city underwater, and if you don't know, it's really it's underwater, was created by this guy called Andrew Ryan back in maybe like the late 1940s or something like that. In secret, made this whole city called Rapture, and it seemed very advanced to get all the brilliant minds of the day and made this a magnificent city underwater. Later on, they created these things called plasmids, which give like the residents special powers. For example, you drank this plasmid that gave him the Electro Bolt, so now I could do this essentially. Yeah, electrocute stuff. And the cool thing is that someone standing above a pool of water, I used a plasmid in the water, it electrocutes them. Everybody in the water dies like an instant kill right there. Ooh, cigarettes. Bad for your health. Alright. Who cares? This is like 1968. No one knew that. Like, why would anyone know? Anyway, like, anyone did any studies about smoking back in the 1960s? Maybe. Of course, now we know it's bad for you. Anyway, so. Now, one thing is that I'm a Big Daddy, and Big Daddies are kind of like the workhorse behind Rapture. They repair things, they build things. They're kind of like robots in a way. But this game kind of expands upon their lore in certain ways as you if you use more of those, pick up more of those audio diaries and listen to those, and you actually listen to the history of these interesting beings. The one interesting thing about Rapture is that since all these people have these superpowers, eventually these superpowers kind of get the better of people, and it made people go crazy, and kind of caused the city to go to shit like it did